Professor Smith, would you like to address that point that there are going to be concerns? It's not going to be a rosy path. I don't think anybody thinks that. But, the fact that one wonders if the vaccines themselves, the research that's going into the vaccines, Professor Smith, takes into account these mutations and further mutations which could be of a much more serious nature, as Dr. Parikh mentioned.
Well, of course, the vaccines that have been produced so far and which are starting to be rolled out were based upon the genome sequence of the virus very early in the pandemic. And changes will occur. And there is one mutation in this new strain which is around the receptor binding site of the spike protein. And so that does affect how the virus binds to cells, and that might affect how antibodies against that particular part of the protein will bind to it. But when you immunize with the whole spike protein, you induce a polyclonal antibody response against multiple parts of that protein. And so it's very unlikely that a single amino acid change is going to affect the ability of the vaccine to neutralize the virus. Of course, that will have to be tested experimentally, and the extent to which that is true will be determined. And then, of course, if in the future there is a need to modify the vaccine, well, of course, that can be done and they can be rolled out. But although this type of virus, the coronaviruses, do mutate, we should remember that they mutate much more slowly than other RNA viruses like influenza, like hepatitis C, or like HIV. So although they will mutate, they do it more slowly. And therefore, the changes are not going to be so radical.
Right.
So I think my message is the same as many of your other experts on this program, that there is no need to panic at the moment. Do not be greatly concerned, but continue to think and act carefully. Deal with this new strain in exactly the same way that you're dealing with the current strains. In other words, you wear face masks, you maintain social distancing, you hand wash as frequently as you can. And if every Indian citizen does that, they will help control this pandemic, reduce the spread, and save lives. So that's the message. Continue to do what you're already doing well, and the number of cases will reduce.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's quite visible here in India, and I'm sure it's visible elsewhere in the world as well, that there is a level of complacency that is set in. There's a comfort factor that's set in. People are obviously understandably impatient, for things to return to normal. Dr. Sareen, here in India, we've seen states like Maharashtra and Karnataka go into night curfew mode. Those restrictions have started to come back. Do you foresee, sir, more serious restrictions coming in to the level of a possible, partial lockdown here and there as a result of these mutations, the current one and possibly ones coming in the future?
Well, I think this is a wise step, at least in the big metropolitan cities where there is a likelihood of people coming from overseas. It's not necessary. People are only coming from UK, from South Africa, from other countries, can also have a similar variant coming in. Or a guy from UK goes to another country and comes to India. So I think for some time, at least, restrictions are required. We need to have a very strong contact tracing of people who have come. And 3 or 4 categories of patients also, subjects should also be identified. All those who have been said to have reinfection, or those where the virus has stayed for long, or like, long COVID cases or readmission of the hospital. So we need to be cautious for a group of people that we may have an Indian variant, we may have a variant, because this is a natural process of the virus to evolve. So one is to be cautious and not to ignore our basic needs. But second part, I want to say about the vaccine, which other experts have said, for simplicity. First, when the virus is coming to your body as a patient, you make antibody against the whole virus. But when a vaccine is given, it is a virus mimic. A small protein or a small gene of virus is put into your body. Body thinks it is the virus and it makes proteins against that. That is your antibody. But before protein is made, that viral small part is picked up by T cell, T as in Tata, which is your immune sensor. It gives a message to B as in Bombay, B cell. Now, why is it important to understand that T cell has a memory for long? So, therefore, anytime the virus comes, your T cell will sense it, send it to B cell, you make your antibody. Therefore, remember to take 2 dosages. If you have first dose and say, I am okay, you will create a panic. Please remember to take 2 dosages.
I hope
now,
my viewers
let's
are
say
listening.
everybody has taken 2 dosages in the country. 80%, 70% have taken. Now, what will virus do? Virus has to survive. Now, then after a year or 2, when the population is done, then we develop what is known as virus vaccine escape mutant. So, you have given the vaccine, but he can get infected. Now, vaccine escape mutants is our next future worry, which can occur next year or so. But therefore, I think our caution, our scientific knowledge has to remain. First, this initial vaccination, please do not be afraid, but to take 2 shots, not 1. If you have taken 2 shots, your cells, your immune system has enough memory for a long time. Second infection, it can handle it. But yes, after a while, once the virus is there, we may have problems.